Hello all, I'm Shweta and welcome back. In our last video, we have seen the concept of availability set, which protects our applications against rack level failures in a data center, and the concept itself was divided in mini concepts of fault domains and update domains. But if there is an outage in the entire data center itself, then are there any provisions in Azure to help the application to be highly available even in such data center level failure scenarios? Now that particular concept is called an availability zone, which helps us protect against the data center level failures. What is an availability zone? Availability set provides resilience against failures within the data center, within the racks. But the availability zone is much more advanced. It protects the applications and data against data center level failures. Each availability zone is made up of one or more data centers which are equipped with independent power, cooling and networking. And each Azure region has minimum of 3 availability zones, which allows you to run 2 isolated copies of your application other than the original copy. So a particular Azure region is now divided not into data centers directly, but availability zones, and specifically 3 availability zones per Azure region for your subscription. Inside one availability zone, you can have 1 or more data centers. And all these 3 zones are connected through a high-speed private fiber optic networks, which means that there is a very low latency between these different zones. And if one of the zones goes down, the other copies which are in the other zones 2 and 3 will still continue working, and hence giving enough time for your application. Not all regions support availability zone. That is a very important thing. As of now, when I'm recording this particular video, there are 10 regions which provide availability zones. And this list is constantly expanding, so I would recommend you to go ahead and check this documentation for the latest information. Please note that the availability zone is a combination of a fault domain and an update domain itself, which means that if you're selecting a virtual machine with availability zone kind of redundancy and not an availability set kind of redundancy, the availability set concept is present inherent within a zone. So here, if you consider creating 3 or more VMs across 3 zones in Azure region, then your VMs are effectively distributed against 3 fault domains and 3 update domains in each of these zones. So let's take the same example which we took in the availability set video, that we have a 3-tier application infrastructure with 8 virtual machines, 3 in the front-end server tier, 3 in the application server tier, and 2 in the DB tier. Now, if all of these are using availability set, then if created appropriately, then it will safeguard itself against any rack level failures. But if we want to ensure that your application withstands even data center level failures, then you have to bring in the concept of availability zones. Then how are you going to create these virtual machines? So let's, before going to the solution, let's open Excel and try and depict this solution. So here we have 8 virtual machines, of which we have 3 web front-end servers, 3 app servers, and 2 DB servers. So here we'll give the zone ID. This is the fault domain ID, and this is the update domain ID. Okay, so as you remember that each of the Azure regions is divided into 3 zones per subscription. Okay, so let us say that I'm creating it in a round robin fashion again, so that all the web front ends go in different zones, which means that they are not present in the same data center. If a data center in zone 2 fails, then I still have web front ends 1 and 3, which will cover me for the overall application uptime. Similarly, app servers go in different zones and DB servers also go in different zones. Now, how you must be wondering, how do you ensure that availability set concept is also used in the zone concept? So let me just do this, that for every zone, when the VMs are getting allocated, they get allocated per the fault domain and update domain, which means that there are 3 fault domains and 3 update domains. So in the round robin fashion, again, the fault domains and update domains are selected. So whenever the fault domain 0 is failed, then only the VMs in that particular rack fail, whereas the other VMs are intact. Similarly, if there is any planned maintenance activity for an update domain number 1, only this particular VM, which is in the update domain 1, fails, whereas the others are intact. Similarly, you have to number for zone 2 and zone 3. So 0, 1, 2, 0, 1, 2. And for zone number 3, similarly 0, 1, 0, 1. So if you see here, you have assigned zone IDs, fault domain IDs and update domain IDs to all the VMs. Now hypothetically, let's create some failover scenarios that my zone number 1, the data centers in zone number 1 are failing, which means that these 6 virtual machines are going to go for a toss. So what's going to happen? Will my application be up and running? Yes, because the other virtual machines for the web front-end tier are present in different zones, zone 2 and 3. So one of them can take up the request. There is one app server which is still active and there is one DB server which is still active. Of course, the performance of these servers is going to take a toll because it's going to accept more requests, but still the uptime is not impacted. Similarly, if my zone 2 is down, likewise my application still will be intact because the other servers are going to take the requests. So let us say that my zone ID 1 has failed. So these virtual machines go for a toss. And let us say that in my zone ID 2, my fault domain 1 is behaving aberrantly and this particular VM is going for a toss. So still my application will be up and running because these 2 web front ends will send the request to one available app server which is present in zone ID 3. And thus this gives a much better SLA than what we had only using availability set. So let's go back here. So how will we architect the solution? One of the architect scenarios would be to arrange the virtual machines in zone IDs accordingly so that your application is having failover against data center level failures. So solution we have already explained. You can go through this slide as a quick revision to see how availability zone is a combination of a zone along with a fault domain and an update domain, and how the VMs are effectively distributed across 3 zones, 3 fault domains and 3 update domains in such a way that they're not updated at the same time and they don't fail at the same time, ensuring a high uptime for your application. It is also important that the availability zone identifiers 1, 2 and 3 and its mapping to a physical zone is different for different subscriptions. That is, the availability zone 1 in XYZ subscription could be a different availability zone 1 in comparison with ABC subscription. So it's not really recommended to rely on the availability zone IDs across different subscriptions for the virtual machine placement. There are two categories of availability zone services. One is zonal services and zone redundant services. The availability zones, which are primarily for the virtual machines where you pin the resource for a specific zone. For example, even in the case of managed disks, IP addresses, and virtual machines, you pin the resource to a specific zone. At the moment, since we have not yet done the demo, you please understand that we somehow map or pin the virtual machine to a specific zone. How we do it, we'll see it in the next video. And the second category of the service is zone redundant service, in which platform automatically replicates across zones. For example, zone redundant storage, SQL database. This is automatically replication of data or copies of data in different zones in order to ensure the SLAs for those services. Again, SLAs is, I'm repeating the same slide which we did it in the availability set. But the SLA for a virtual machine which will have 2 or more instances deployed across 2 or more availability zones in the same Azure region gives us at least 99.99% of uptime. This is against 99.95% of uptime for the availability set with same number of virtual machines. And it is 99.9 for single instance virtual machine. So if you can see here, almost the uptime which was the downtime which was 5 minutes per week has come down to 1 minute per week in case of using availability zone. So with this theoretical understanding of availability set and availability zone, we are comfortable to move to demos for each of these two topics. If you have any questions or feedback, please leave it in the comments, and do subscribe to the channel so that you get notified whenever I create a new video. Thank you so much. Please stay tuned.